Hello there and welcome to another video. Hands up if you've never taken a wonky picture before. I thought so. Nobody. Well, I'd like to think that. But for whatever the reason, whether you've been rushed into taking your photo because somebody else is about to walk into the shot, or you're on the beach somewhere concentrating on your photograph that you've forgot to look at the horizon to see it's a little wonky. You know what I think about wonky horizons. So what do we do to fix them? It's dead easy, and I'm going to show you three methods in this video. Straightforward and easy to apply. First one is using Camera Raw. I've opened this picture up. It's straight from the camera. There's been no editing done to it as yet. It's, as you can see, it's a little bit on the wonky side. So the first method is in Camera Raw. So straight away, all I'm going to do is go to the top here and go to the Transform tool. Now, if you look to the right hand side, you'll see various sliders, and along the top of that you'll see various presets. Again, there's a couple of methods within this, the ways we do it. First one is the manual method, if you like, by using the rotate slider. By just sort of doing that, and you can turn your image, but rather than taking the guesswork out of it, if you go down to the bottom, you've got a grid. If you click that, a grid pops up, and you can adjust your slider. Now, as you can see there, the grid doesn't quite fit the top of the building, which I want, so go to the slider at the bottom and you can reduce that or increase the grid until you get or find a line that fits the top of the building. And that's pretty good guesswork, even if I say so myself. That's pretty much level. But you can see what it's done. It's left some space around the edges there, which we can fix. Again, we can either go down to the scale slider and just scale that in, and zooms in slightly, and it crops the image for you, and the job's done. So that's one method within RAW, or we can go to the automatic method if you like. Let's just get those back to 0. Along the top here you've got various presets. You've got the auto, click that, it does a pretty good job. But as you can see, when I put the grid on, it's not quite there, because what it's trying to do is trying to get a balance of the horizontal and vertical. If you look at the church behind there, that grid line there, where it's trying to get that vertical correct and in balance with the horizontal on our foreground building. So it hasn't quite done that. So again, you can switch back to your manual rotate tool and you can adjust that. But in doing so, obviously, it's taken out the vertical or the church behind it off a bit. So let's take that off. So what we can do, try the vertical. There's hardly any difference between those two. So we'll try the vertical one, which will concentrate on getting the church correct. Again, you'll see it's got the church vertical correct on that, but it's thrown out the horizontal. So again, if you did that, you'll get one right, but not the other. So what do you do? I think you should be a step ahead of me now. The final preset here, it applies vertical and horizontal corrections, or tries to. There we go. And as you can see straight away, let's have a quick look at that. It's tried to do the best of both worlds, but again, it is slightly out, so you just make the final adjustment to get it as best you can. But also what it's done, if I can zoom out on the scale, you can see what it's actually done there. You see how it's twisted the image and distorted it to obtain that. Yeah, so we'll accept that. We'll just crop that in a little bit there, and we'll just click open image, and then you can carry on editing in Photoshop as you would finish your normal picture. But we're not going to do that at the moment because we've done all that, so I'm just going to close that and reopen the image again into Photoshop. There you go. And I'll show you method number 2. Now if you go to the left hand side of your tool palette here, you'll see lots and lots of tools. What I will point out, if you look at some of them, they've got little tiny arrows in the bottom right hand corner. And that's indicating that there's more tools behind there. So if I click on the burn tool, for example, you'll find the dodge tool and the sponge tool. If I go and click on the clone stamp tool, you'll see the pattern stamp tool, and so on and so forth. You'll see lots of different other tools within the one that's showing. But what we're looking for the crop tool. No, we're not. We're looking for the ruler tool. And to find that, I've got to go down to, if you click the three dots that are there, see those three dots, click on that, and you'll see all the other tools that are hidden away. So we're looking for the ruler tool, which is there. We're going to click on that, and all you need to do is go to the top of your building in one corner, click and hold your mouse, draw your line as straight as you can to the other end, and then if you go to the top of your screen, you'll see where it says straighten layer. Just click that, and bing, it straightened your layer. That's one method. Again, you'll find it's left spaces around the edge of your picture. Now again, you can either go up to the top here, select the spot healing tool, and we can go along, paint along there. When you're using this, by the way, make sure you've got content aware selected at the top, because what it's actually doing, it reads the pixels adjacent to that blank area, and it mimics that and copies them, if you like, to fill in the blank spaces on your image. So we just literally go down, overlapping, and you can paint your image. Just so. Or the other way is to crop the image and do it that way. But that's what we're going to go to now. We're going to go back to our original image and how to straighten it a third way, which is using the crop tool. So mine is hidden underneath my zoom tool, so I'm just going to click on the crop tool, and as you can see straight away, it's got a boundary around it. Now if you take your mouse outside of the crop tool, around the outside, you'll see there's a little bendy arrow. You see that? It goes from a straight to a bendy arrow. If you hold that on the side and then click your mouse and hold, you'll see our friendly grid appears again. And just turn the image until you see that you think you're pretty much level, and release. And you can see what it's done there. It's cropped the image and straightened it all in one go. You can see outside that boundary is the rest of the image that isn't cropped. Now you can either press the enter or return, or if you go to the top here, click the tick tool, and that straightens your image up for you. And that's it. It's simple as that. So 3 quick methods to straighten your image. So and from there on you can go and finish your editing, which I've already done on this image a few months ago now, which I'll show you my finished image actually. How's that? I'll click on that. That's my finished image. Pretty good. I'm happy with it. I hope you're happy with that tutorial, and it proves helpful. So with that, I'll say goodbye and see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.